Because it's a fact that even as we admit that anything that happens around the globe can have universal impact, the impact will be different. That's a fact.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree. And Russia, Ukraine had a greater impact on crude prices than Hormuz closure.
No, that's your assessment.
But that's a fact. No. The data is there.
No, please.
The data is there. It's not something that I'm conjuring from the sky. The numbers are there. And I'll pull it up for you in a minute.
Okay. So the point is that the impact would not be the same. It will be different. And there will be other variables, to take account of and so on. So that's very clear. Now I recognize that you did not, mention COVID-19 and its impact and so on. But it still speaks to prudence in the management of public resources. It still speaks to prudence in the management of public resources at a time of national emergencies and so on. So that point is adequately, made. Now, again, you yourself make the point that even though Ghana would not be lifting its oil from sources that may be close to the Strait of Hormuz and so on, the impact will be global. So that's a moot point. There's no need to carry on. The point is that whatever we use in order to lessen the impact on the consumer of petroleum products, we leave another hole somewhere.
Right.
And therefore, we have to have a holistic discussion, about the general impact, the global impact of this.
I agree with you, but you see, it's important to make this point. Look, we can't take the impact of the Russian-Ukraine war on our economy out of context, though, and the consequences thereof out of context. Because remember that by December 31st of 2021, the Parliament of Ghana had breached Section 22 of the Public Financial Management Act, which enjoined Parliament to pass the budget, the appropriations and the revenue measures that will go to implement the budget by 31st December. By 31st December, we had passed the budget, approved appropriations, and failed to approve the revenue measures that will go to fund the budget. It had consequences before the Russia-Ukraine thing started. We saw the capital flight between January and February. We were here. So if you talk of prudence, what does it mean? People played politics with the destiny of this country because of the numbers in Parliament. I was there. We lived it. So let's not belittle the impact of those unpatriotic actions on the people of Ghana. It was real. Akufo-Addo government suffered for it. It passed. We lost the election, fair and square, no issues. But the historical fact cannot be disrupted. We agree. These are matters of fact.
What I find extremely interesting is Ejapa's position that, we will not play politics with it. We will recognize the reality as well. But he goes round and comes back and plays the same politics with it. What's the problem?
You make the point about prudence, and I'm trying to set the record straight. That look.
Can I finish, sir? Sir, can I finish?
Please.
You are either playing politics with it or you are not. But to say that I'm not going to play politics with it and come back and play politics with it is problematic.
And what's the politics I played? I'm only setting the record straight. That these were the realities of the Ghanaian economy at the time. I was in Parliament. We saw the kinds of things that happened. We saw it. And they had huge implications on our economy. Then the Russian-Ukraine war came to compound it, such that by the time that we came back in April, after the recess to pass the revenue measures that was supposed to have been done in accordance with the laws of Ghana by 31st December, the horses had bolted. So the government didn't have any choice. So if you talk of prudence, let's situate it in the proper context.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, my brother. So the bottom line is that you think that the people of Ghana made a mistake in voting you out of power.
I haven't said so. It's their legitimate.
So
right.
What is the point you're trying to make?
But so what do you mean? What's the point? I'm setting the record straight.
So what's the point you're trying to make now?
Look. So the truth.
That we made a
that's
mistake
why,
in voting you out.
Oh,
and that everything was going well. It was only NDC deception that we bought.
I haven't said
led
so.
to your defeat.
I haven't said so at all.
So speak well.
Wait,
say what
please,
you want
please,
to say.
please. The statement that I've made, as a matter of fact, it had implications. People suffered. It had huge implications on the people, such that when the government took a decision that, look, we don't have the resources to back the economy, and so we needed to go to IMF. The actions or the program outcome led to huge difficulties for people of Ghana. True.
Boss, can I have
and that informed
graphic?
their voting pattern in December 2024. And there's no doubt at all. But I'm saying that you cannot attribute those, you can't take those things that happened and throw them as pretend as if they were not issues that impacted us negatively. That's all.